That was a close call, huh, Goosey? Huh? Those bad guys still in there somewhere. It's just a scratch.
See, now that's some bullshit.
Nick Fury used to be that guy, the man who could walk into a room, glare at Tony Stark, and suddenly the genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist would shut the hell up. He made Steve Rogers feel like a rookie. Hell, even Thor seemed to have respected the man. He didn't have superpowers, didn't wear a suit of armor, and couldn't smash through walls like Hulk, but he had a presence about him. He had mystery. He had aura. Nick Fury was the backbone of Avengers, the guy pulling the strings from the shadows and still managing to be 10 steps ahead of everyone. He was calm, collected, and dangerous. And now, he's a comic relief. Hello everyone, this is ICBS here, and today we are talking about how Marvel took one of its most iconic, commanding, badass characters in their entire cinematic universe and reduced him down to a confused one-eyed grandpa who couldn't even lead a daycare center, let alone the goddamn Avengers. Back in the golden days, Winter Soldiers, Avengers, Nick Fury was absolute fire. And do you guys remember that scene in Winter Soldier where he's ambushed in the SUV, no backup, no heroes, just him and a million bullets? And somehow that man escapes using nothing but tactical brilliance, a minigun and a secret tunnel under the street. That wasn't just peak Marvel, that was peak Fury. You didn't knew this guy's backstory, and you didn't need to. That was the beauty of it. He was mysterious, and that mystery made him more powerful. He felt like someone who'd survived everything and just didn't have the time for your bullshit. That's the guy I signed up for. That's the guy who built the Avengers Initiative. And then Marvel said, hey, what if we ruin all of that? Enter Captain Marvel. And I know what you're thinking, well, that's supposed to be a younger Fury, it's supposed to be a light-hearted story. No. This was a character assassination wrapped in a forced buddy comedy wrapper. Instead of getting a glimpse into young Nick Fury's origins, maybe some gritty shield ops and some hard choices, some war trauma, something that explained why he became the man we knew, we got jokes. And a lot of them. Fury gets reduced into the quirky sidekick who bumbles through the plot like a Marvel-themed Mr. Bean. He's constantly getting shown up by Captain Marvel, cracking jokes, being confused and just existing to serve her narrative. And then came the eye. That iconic eye patch? That battle-worn look of veteran who's seen too much? Yeah, it came from a cat scratch. A fucking cat scratch. Not a war injury, not a betrayal, not a tragic moment, just a joke. Because that's what Nick Fury is now, a fucking punchline. Okay, so maybe that whole detour was a misstep. Maybe Secret Invasion will fix it, right? The trailers made it look dark, gritty, grounded, and serious. Old man Nick Fury, world weary, a man pushed to his limit. I was ready for my old man Logan moment. Finally, Nick Fury gets the spotlight. And what did we get? Nick Fury can't fight, can't plan, can't lead, can't even react properly. He's constantly 5 steps behind the villains, walking around with the energy of a retired librarian, not the former head of S.H.I.E.L.D. Every scene he's in, he's either getting talked down to, manipulated, or outplayed. And sure, you can write a broken hero, you should write a broken hero, but you have to rebuild him, give him something, man, like let him rise again. Instead, they buried him, literally and figuratively. The entire show revolves around building up Gaia, and in the process, they completely hollowed out Nick Fury. He was just a shell, just a tool to make someone else look better. Again. I waited for the twist. I thought, hey, maybe this is just a setup. Maybe Nick Fury is playing the long game. Just maybe the old dog's got one last trick up his sleeve. But no, no twist, no redemption, just more disappointment. By the time the show ended, Nick Fury felt useless, and that's a hell of a fall for a guy who controlled the Avengers like a chess piece. And then came the Marvels, and at this point I wasn't even expecting much. I just wanted Fury to have some dignity. What did I get? A walking corpse of a character. He barely does anything. He shows up, cracks a few lines, stares at things, and basically gets wheeled around the plot like he's on a fucking tour bus. The man who used to command the helicarrier, now he can barely command a scene. No gravitas, no tension, no presence. Just a sad reminder of what he used to be. And you might be thinking, it's just one character, who cares? But Nick Fury just wasn't any character. He was the connective tissue, the mythos, the guy in the shadows holding everything together. And Marvel took that and pissed on it in the name of comedy and female empowerment, or maybe just bad writing. They destroyed the mystique that made Nick Fury special. And the irony? The characters they tried to prop up with his corp, Captain Marvel and Gaia, didn't even land. They flopped hard. No one cared about those characters. The trade-off wasn't worth it. So what was the point? We lost a great character and got nothing in return. So yeah, that was Nick Fury's story. A legacy character turned into a joke. A titan reduced to a meme. A king dethroned by writers who didn't understand what made him great in the first place. Rest in peace, old Nick. We'll miss you. And as always, it's time for a goodbye.